maiden name Mahlangu. I was born in Mpumalanga. I am from a town called Kriel, aka new name Khanala. It's next to Eskom. Like people ask me where I'm from, and when I say Kriel, they're like, "Where's Kriel?" And I'm like, "Ish, now I must explain." Then we usually say, "Okay, we beg," so that we don't explain. But like now I'm explaining, it's there by the headquarters of Eskom, Kriel. I'm from Kriel, very proud of Kriel. And yeah, what I do, I'm a qualified filmmaker. I have a production company called OM Films. I am a writer, I'm a producer, and I'm the new kid in the block for skit making. Yeah, and I've got a campaign. Yeah, so I do quite a bit actually. Well, it happened abruptly actually. It was not planned, it was not in my vision, it's surprising how it happened. So we were shooting, and one of my first skits is the vinegar advert, which has hit over 1 million, hoorah. Yeah, and I was featured in that, and it was great. And then the skit making world, I was shooting with Fash and Afaya, and then they needed a character within the skit, and we were shooting Umgijim. And when we were shooting Umgijimi skit, they needed somebody who looks like Nomza Mumbata, who plays the character of Thandeka on Isibai. And people have always been saying that I've got her similar features. You know, when Isibai first came out, they would stop me in the mall. I went to Kriel once, and I got stopped in the mall, like, "No, Muye," and I was like, "But Mobile." And at that time, I wasn't watching Spy, you know. And my sister Bridget kept saying, "No, Thandeka, ufana namehlo, you know, umlomo, the way you khuluma ngakhona, the way you pronounce amagama akho ngakhona anesindo. Unjengaye ngathi no ways." And then I started watching. Then that day, they needed a Thandeka character for the skit, and they put me in there. Bangfaki dugu, bangfaki jail, by bopha and was like dugu, and I took it seriously at the time. I don't have acting background or anything like that. And it just, from that point onwards, it happened. And then I got the bravery to do my own skit. My first skit that I did myself was this black mom's sex talk. I shot it myself privately because I didn't want anyone to judge me. And when I shot it myself privately and I showed Offense the rashes when he got home, he was finished. I mean, he was rolling on the floor. And I was like, "Really?" And he was just done. And he was excited to edit it and do all that stuff. And that's how skit making started for me. You know, so it was not really planned, but something that kind of happened. So maybe it's time. I don't know, but yeah. It's interesting. I still feel like things are still the same. You know, but the only time I can tell that there's a big difference is when somebody recognizes me somewhere. And when I go out in public, I disengage from the skit making and the acting, and I disengage. I'm myself, you know. So when somebody recognizes me in the mall, it takes me by surprise. Honestly, it takes me. I'm like, "Oh my God," and I have to be reminded every time, you know. And then they would say stuff like, "Oh yes, we are saying every day, but so is Khohliwe." You know, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Khohliwe, but anyway, wow, thanks, you know, thanks for the love." That's the difference, the shift. Also, it's different in the sense that sometimes when I'm doing the skits, I'm writing as I'm sitting, as I'm acting it out, because I have to act multiple characters played by me. So I'm writing while I'm sitting there acting. I'm changing and chopping things to make it better. And Offense and I have to work together a lot of the time visually. How do we translate it across? And he'll tell me visually it will not work, it won't translate, it won't have impact. Then as we're shooting, we try to find moments of impact to add on to the story. So it is a different world. You know, things just shift and change. It's really different, but I'm loving the change. Look, it's it's the inboxes at this current moment. My Facebook inbox on my page is lit. In the sense that there's one actually particular inbox that I got. Sorry if I don't remember your name, but this guy sent me an inbox and he said to me, your skits have kept me away from drugs. And that hit me hard. That really hit me hard. Because sometimes you do things and you tend to think, oh, it's content creation. I'm hoping to attract this type of clientele. And I'm hoping, you know, you have a lot of hopes and dreams and ambitions when you start this. But you never actually really think how your work will have an impact on actual people's lives. And when this guy told me this, I was hit hard, gobsmacked, because I'm like, this now is not just about you, it's bigger than you, it's serving a purpose way bigger than you ever imagined or anticipated. So that's what keeps me going. Also, what also keeps me going is when people are laughing. I feel like we're going through a lot as a nation. We are going through new battles as young people. I mean, our parents had the apartheid battle. We have our own wars every day. We have our own fights. We have our own spiritual wars that we need to deal with, our own mental and psychological wars that we deal with, a lot of family turmoil that we deal with, and sometimes just new challenges altogether, and sometimes it's just very overwhelming. And it's a great outlet just to laugh. Laughing can be very healing. When you are laughing at your own pain, when you are laughing at your own challenges and the things that actually used to offend you, things that used to affect you, and you start to just laugh about it, because now when you get to a point where you are laughing about it, you are closer to, you're taking a step further every day to being a better self, a better version of you every day, as long as you laugh at it yourself. So part of these skits help, I think they help people reflect with a lot of things that they've gone through, and they take that moment, that opportunity in their own private space to make it okay just to laugh about it, because you've jumped that hurdle. It's okay, you know? So those are the things that make me keep skitting. No, maybe it's because I don't find myself taking out Nelisiwe's character in public in JJ. Maybe because I haven't come across a situation that would require that. But also I feel like if that were to happen, I wouldn't necessarily be acting, because I feel like there's a lot of acting involved in it. There's a lot of character binaries and character traits that I put in when I'm writing for this character. I've built the characters to have unique attributes to whom they are, not necessarily how I am as a person, you know. And I don't do that. I'm usually like this. I like to speak a lot of life into a situation, and yeah. But no. Like, I can close my eyes now, if you ask me to. I can close my eyes now, take a deep breath. I'm sure she'll come out. So I have to channel her to come out, type of thing. But no, I got put in JJ. My favorite sketch from the ones I've released so far is obviously Black Mom Sex Talk, because so I discovered that I could. That was actually my turning point in my life, where I realized that I could do great things on my own. Sometimes you just need that moment to believe in yourself, and sometimes it's really the toughest thing. It's easy to believe in somebody else. To believe in yourself is another thing. So that was a moment of bravery for me, and the reception to that video proved a lot for me as a person. So it is my all-time favorite. It's my all-time favorite also because of the great memories I hold dear to my heart because of my experience with my mother when it came to that sex talk. Because even both, like, it was not just my mother, it was also my dad. Funny enough, Nelisiwe, the mother character, Mama Nels, is actually my dad, not necessarily my mom. It's a twist right there. So, rubbish bags, Asazi ukuthi uzoyenza kanjani kodwa thina singene. They were like that. They were like that. So it will always be my favorite skit because it helps me lead people. Also, it helps people to engage with me on topics that I actually really like talking about, and these kind of topics. So, what I'm aiming to do with my skits, as I'm aiming to develop an online, I want to be an online guru with my skits. You know, it's one channel or avenue that I've identified to brand myself, to brand work, to brand art, it's a big branding platform. Apart from that, our generation a lot of the time now is mostly on social media, different platforms, but still they're on social media, and it's a great platform to engage with people. You actually get to find out what they actually want to view, what they actually want to watch. So I feel like I've accomplished to a certain degree what creating content that young people actually want to view, because I get the info directly from the source. You know, that's the source. Yeah, so I'm not there yet, but I like the progress so far. Okay, being a mother, being a wife, being a business entrepreneur, apart from being a business entrepreneur within the business, you're a producer, you're a writer, you're a director, you are managing director. That's all I'm doing. I can't honestly do it without help. I really can't. I'm not Superwoman, you know. I've got a lot of things that I'm doing, but I do need help. I do. I've got the help to help me run the home. I've got a helper that I love so much. Yeah, and I treat her like family. Like, I just don't feel like you can have a help and then treat them otherwise. I really treat her like family because she takes care of my family. So she becomes part of the family. I have my sisters. I have Bridget and Debuko who help me a lot. I have developed relationships with people in the industry, especially people who are on the come up. Because I see myself as someone who's on the come up. Top of my head, I think I'm gonna give you 2. You're lucky if you get 3. 1, keep doing you. You do you and you never stop doing you. You do what you do. It doesn't matter who says what. You do what you do. And you don't stop, because now you must understand that not everybody's gonna like your craft. Not everybody's gonna like your work. You're gonna get haters. And when we talk about haters, we're talking about people who don't like your stuff. And please understand that haters don't care that you make it. Haters will make a point to come onto your craft and crush your spirit. That's what haters do. What are you going to do about the situation? Because you can't change their hate. What are you going to do about the situation? All you got to do is take their hate and put it into your craft. You got to take their hate and make sure that it keeps you strong. You got to take that hate and make sure it keeps you focused on your goal. That's 1. You do you. 2, consistency. Abantu bayaziqala izinto bangaqhubeki nazo. Sizithande sikunqobe, ningaqhubeki nazo. So all the time, when you start something, finish it through. Start it. Consistency. Whether you're creating music, you're writing, or you're creating content. Consistency. Sijwayele. No, lo, we can trust. Because that develops a relationship of trust between anyone who wants to invest in you. Whether you're with me or without me, you gotta carry on. You're gonna carry on. It's either I jump on this boat of yours or I don't. So consistency. The whole way through. You never give up. Lastly, so important, a personal touch is you've got to believe. You have got to believe in yourself. Don't expect Uzbanbadu to believe in you. You've got to believe in yourself first. Because when you start believing in yourself and you're strong in yourself, you are telling and you are instructing everybody else around you to start believing in you. You're not even giving them a choice at that point. I mean, they gotta believe or they don't. But whether they believe in you or not, that's so long as you believe in yourself and you believe in what you do, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. And I think it's not just advice for my industry, the type of industry that I'm in. I think it's applicable. It's applicable. I think it's applicable to everything that you do in your life. Even the commitment. That's it. So by right. Catch me on Facebook, Nelisiwe Mwase, hashtag Mama Nels. On Instagram, Nelisiwe Mwase. On Twitter, Nelisiwe Mwase. You can also catch me on OM Films SA on Twitter, Offensive Mwase Films on Facebook, and Offensive Mwase OM Films SA. Check those two. Also on Twitter. I'm everywhere. Alright. Check us out. Love us as much as we love you.